Electric Cafe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. Today's album review is on an album called Hard to Be Nice by a Belgian synth pop band from the mid 80s called Aimless Device. This band had a couple EPs and basically a couple singles and also one album, and this is the one album we're going to check out today for the first time. And roughly it's kind of more like an extended EP. There's 5 tracks on it, so we'll get a chance to check it out and review it here together. So today's day number 24 in my month-long focus on the subgenres of rock and electronic music like indie rock and dream pop and industrial EBM, synth pop, new wave, etc. If there's one thing that I maybe haven't mentioned before, but one of the things I like to do is bring albums to this channel for you to check out as well and for you to review as well along with me and sort of compare notes. And as much as I like bringing well-known albums to review, I also want to bring out albums that you may have never heard of before or I may have never heard of, and ones that I've been meaning to check out, ones that were recommended by friends, ones I've found by doing digging in record stores and online and trying to find obscure music related to electronic music that I haven't got a chance to check out. When you're like me and you get up in your late 40s like I am and you've been digging and going to record stores for close to 40 years, you start, I wouldn't say you start to run out of stuff to find, because there's always stuff to find, but you just have to look harder. And I'm always on the hunt to find new music, and I hope you'll enjoy that I'm bringing them to this channel, and hopefully you'll look forward to what I find, and maybe I'll find something that and maybe I'll find something that that you didn't know and that you like as well, and so you get a chance to check it out and also review it with me. I really encourage you guys to use my ratings scale if you don't mind, and have some fun with me and rate these albums and songs along with me. That's kind of the idea of this channel. And if I haven't said it before, I encourage it. This is not just, as much as this channel is about me making a diary of my history with electronic music, it's also about sharing music, playing music, you guys coming to this channel as much as I do and just play the music. There's a lot of times where I want to hear an album that I reviewed and I just want to hear the music. So that's why I've been putting the music more in there, because I want people to come to the channel and listen to the music as well as, not just hear me talk about music, because I don't expect me to be that interesting, but, I want you guys to come to the channel for the music. But yeah, I want you guys to feel encouraged to listen to the music with me, review music, come back and check out the music here as much as you would go to like Spotify and download some music, or even play it on YouTube. Hopefully you'd rather come here and play it on my channel. I don't monetize my videos, so I don't get any profit or anything off these videos unless you request something, which is something separate. But just in general, I just want to encourage you guys to hopefully look forward to what I'm bringing, and also encourage you guys to review them with me. So yeah, let's get into this album from Aimless Device from 1985. It's a new wave synth pop, goth rock, and coldwave album, quote unquote, from what I discovered online just by reading about it. And the album is called Hard to Be Nice, and there's 5 tracks. Let's check out the tracks. You'll see my score above, and then we'll get back together and let's review the album together if you like.
Soldiers in the hall tonight, waiting for the lights to fade. 100 men proud tonight, self-assured, bodies well in shape. A leather belt came as no surprise. You thrashed with sunshine in your eyes. But I was there when you were burning your juice. I knew, and I know. Dreams you hid away in a battle dress. Your temperature's rising, your brain's a mess. You'd kill another bastard if it meant success. You'd even sell your mother just to make the press. I'm sorry I fell for you, but I was spinning round. I'm sorry I fell for you, but I was Waterloo bound. I'm sorry I fell for you, but I was spinning round. I'm sorry I fell for you, but I was Waterloo bound. You want a man, you want a strong voice. See these bloody hands are shaking, I'm completely off course. It doesn't really matter what you had in mind, 'cause you see, I'm the Waterloo kind. I'm sorry I died for you, but I was spinning round. I'm sorry I died for you, but I was Waterloo bound. I'm sorry I died for you, but I was spinning round. I'm sorry I died for you, but I was Waterloo bound.
Alright, so there we got a chance to hear each track, all 5 from Hard to Be Nice by Aimless Device. And you saw my score above each track. What a really cool sounding band. I just, you come across bands like this and you just kind of wonder, and it's kind of also sad why they didn't get more support and why they didn't make more music a lot of times. This band only had basically 4 EPs in their career. Sort of this is a mini album, I suppose, but it's more like an EP. But just really sad that a band that sounds this good only had such a small career, and sometimes that happens when you don't get various reasons. It could be band fractured, or certain members move on, or they feel like they've lost their way. Or the bad label management. Sometimes you just kind of chalk it up to by like 1989 when this band finished. You could kind of see in those days. I put myself in those spots of the late 80s of maybe around 1989. This sound sort of sounds a little bit old. And it doesn't sound fresh. And it's funny, like when you look back now, how vintage and how great sounding this is, and what a cool band this sounded like. It's just it's kind of too bad that they didn't, for whatever reasons, just didn't do more music in the after this, for the most part. After the few EPs, I really like the strong vocals. First off, he has a little bit of a goth sound, but also a little bit of punk. He has a little bit of a snarl in his voice, and at other times the voice kind of sounds a little, I wouldn't say opera like, but it's kind of epic sounding, and he has really good range for for this band, kind of a goth rock band, I suppose. But strong vocals overall, I think. I think the sound is tight. It definitely kind of gives me a Bauhaus kind of feel a little bit. It's funny how I can't really bring up somebody they can sound like, which is a good point, because which is a good sign, because a lot of times, there's a lot of times you compare certain artists, and it's warranted and it's no big deal. But it's nice when you can hear a band like this. You're just like, I don't know what that sounds like. Like in some ways, it kind of sounds like Bauhaus. Kind of sounds like it's really hard. What's really throwing me is the guitars and his voice a little bit, because it's not fully goth rock. It has a little bit of punk in his voice, and then the guitars are kind of like they're much more guitar riffs and almost like a rock and roll feel. I'm blanking. It's not like a Daniel Ash type of guitar on top of some Coldwave and sort of goth rock, post punk, and goth sound. It's not like that. It's kind of like a heavier kind of bluesy guitar. And don't be put off by bluesy. I'm not saying it's like bluesy, but it's a little bit like almost like a Gretsch guitar. Like it has a little bit of like rock appeal, where it's kind of like a southern rock sound, and it's really interesting because it kind of throws off the whole sound in a way, because you're just like, wow, that's really unique for to put like a in 1985 to put a drum machine with sort of a gothic and punk singer and sort of have a heavy guitar, and there's still a nice atmosphere on it as well. Good minimalism, kind of a stark sound. There's some light keyboard sounds here and there. I'll have to listen to it again for a little bit more so I can pick up a little bit more of the atmosphere. I didn't catch too much, but I really did like the minimalism that's there. When I think of my favorite tracks, Till the Rain Falls, track number 2, really like the drumming, the guitar riff, the bass line. The pace of it's really cool, and I really like the vocals. The last track, Waterloo Bound, brings definitely some balance to the album. It's kind of a deeper cut, last cut. It kind of reminds me of Spy in the Cab by Bauhaus a little bit, just a touch. But that one got 7.25 stars. Also, my third favorite, Heart of Gold, got 7 stars. Probably the most concise, maybe even slightly radio friendly, tight, solid single. Really good. And then even Hyena is a strong track as well, with a kind of gothic sound, and has a little bit of EBM with kind of the bass line and the chord driven track there. But it's still very raw. It's definitely a nice balance of drum machine, guitar, goth, and a little bit of atmosphere. Just really good stuff. I'm really happy I had a chance to check out this. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are of these tracks and what you would score them using my rating system. If there's something that you'd like me to review, my email is down below. Just shoot me a message. I'd be curious to know what you would like me to review, whether it be a single or an album. As long as it's somewhat electronic related, I'm for the most part down to review it. For the most part. But yeah, overall, Hard to Be Nice, I give it a 68 out of 100. Right on the high side of a good album. It's hard to give it any extra points, even though I really like the sound. It's only 5 tracks, so I gotta be aware of that. I almost feel like I should give it like an EP score, which maybe this should sort of be in that range. of EP albums that I rate, but for now we'll leave it in the albums. And just as a side note or asterisk, that this is kind of more like an EP than an album, so I wouldn't really necessarily rate it next to an album that I gave for 68 that has 10 tracks. Because obviously those have a lot more depth. But for the sounds that are here, the tracks are here, that's what it averages out to. 68, and I can't really give it any additional points or really take anything away because it is what it is. So, yeah, that was Aimless Device, Hard to Be Nice, 68 out of 100, and from 1985. And yeah, thanks for your support, and I appreciate it. And hopefully you'll be back tomorrow with day number 25 as we get close to concluding this month on focusing on genres in electronic music, synthwave, etc. All right, thanks so much, and I appreciate your time.